It is time for Wellness Wednesday with Dr. Bradley Meyer of Okoboji Wellness Clinic. Don't forget, you can go visit Okoboji Wellness Clinic every Wednesday. Well, the first and third Wednesday evening, I should say. First and third Wednesday evening of each month, 6:30 to 7:30 p.m. They'll cover a different health-related topic. You can check out their clinic, check out hyperbarics if you want, or just sit in on the topic for the night, whatever you want. And Dr. Meyer, tonight is the third Wednesday of the month.
It is, Dave, and I've got a special treat for everybody. Molly Avery will be there tonight. She's part of our team. She's a functional nutritionist, which she is using food and food suggestions to help heal thy body. And the food, if it's the right food, can do a tremendous thing to help heal the body, get the body on that healing journey. And so she's going to be talking about digestion, kind of piggybacking on the topic I talked about last week on the radio with you. And that might be heartburn or bloating. And she is going to take it from a root cause angle, nutrition, and how we use that to help the bodies look at what we might be deficient in, nutritive-wise, and kind of create that wellness path through a nutrition lens. So come on out tonight from 6:30 to 7:30 next to A6 Hardware in Spirit Lake here, the building just north of it. And we'll be here for, it's again, a very casual affair. We love questions, and it'll be a nice evening, nice fall evening to get together and talk about some topics that might be familiar to some, but, if you've got an inquisitive mind and want to know more about a different approach to a better quality of life through a nutrition pathway, come out and see Molly and myself tonight.
One of the things we talked about very early on when we began our chats was gut health, and it is astonishing how much health, overall health, can be improved if you improve gut health, including inflammation.
Right. Absolutely. And a lot of things start in the gut. So if the gut is inflamed, that's kind of that gateway for the rest of the body for inflammation. So that's kind of a topic Molly will touch on a little bit tonight, I'm sure, is how do we not inflame that gut, and then how do we heal the gut? And so if that's that way too long, that can be a pathway and a corridor for autoimmune disease, loss of food tolerance, or things that used to didn't bother you now bother you, allergies that developed, environmental things, and these things, there's a lot more out there that can inflame us than I even knew about 3 years ago. I mean, I just kind of went to the grocery store and, I knew shopping around the outside of the grocery store was better, but I didn't really realize how much of a world of toxins that we kind of have to navigate through that really have an effect on our gut, most importantly, in our overall wellness.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, it's a great topic you'll be covering tonight. Now, I understand you have been covering lots of thyroid issues.
Yeah, and believe it or not, Dave, that also can go back to the gut. So a lot of folks that are coming in for an appointment, whether or not you're part of our membership with us managing your primary care here, or you're just coming in because you're like a couple of these folks did, that they just wanted a fresh look at their thyroid. And they were wondering, is there a way for me to get off of my thyroid medication? And those folks, tying things back again to the gut, inflammation. And so we like to look at what can be those triggers. Is it a prior virus that we've had years ago? Is it a chemical toxin that we were exposed to, or a heavy metal toxin? Is it kind of a low-grade bacteria that's kind of hanging out in the body, or is it something we're eating that is kind of having an effect on that thyroid function? And so that's kind of our goal is to, and with these folks, it's very exciting to start them down that pathway. And I'll give you an example, a really great story from a gal that over the course of the last year, she had shared that she'd been on what's traditionally is levothyroxine, a prescription for thyroid replacement, and she has really been working on her health and cleaned up, eating what we call a clean diet, and that it can involve not having a lot of things that are inflaming your body that you're taking in dietary-wise, but she got physically active, maybe lost about 20 pounds, and over the course of the year, we monitor this number called a TSH, so it's a lab value that is one of many numbers we can monitor with a thyroid gland and how well it's producing thyroid. And again, thyroid's very important for our body's metabolism, for our body to function right, to process food and energy. So it's something that if it's not doing well, we might have symptoms where we're sluggish, brain fog, fatigue, kind of cold. It might affect our bowels. We might be constipated or have the other way. And so, but in her case, she started some of this process over the last year, and it was really inspiring to see her numbers come down. I'm like, well, you've already really started. You've created less inflammation in your body, and look what's happened. The dose of your levothyroxine prescription thyroid medication has naturally gone down over the course of the last year. So then what we'll do is look at other ways to encourage that direction for her. Now, many people have what's called Hashimoto's hypothyroid, where the body is attacking the thyroid gland. So we got to figure out how can we stop that body from attacking that thyroid gland. So there's a multitude of steps. Sometimes we're deficient in certain things, minerals, such as selenium. Sometimes iodine deficiency. So there's a lot of things to look at, and again, a lot of tools. Even hyperbaric therapy, Dave, is helpful for many folks with Hashimoto's. Now, I wouldn't probably just rely on that by itself, but as a part of the tool in the toolkit, definitely an option.
And the other thing that you offer at Okoboji Wellness Clinic, I actually saw somebody I've told you since the onset of COVID, I've come to follow a lot of medical professionals, and one of the things that they were talking about this week for overall wellness, energy, mental clarity was red light therapy, and that is something you offer at Okoboji Wellness Clinic.
Huge, yeah. Just going into the fall season and winter season when the days are getting shorter, we are light deficient beings. We spend most of the day indoors, unfortunately, and what happens, we were made to be outside, and that is so good for our not only our mental health but our physical health, because it truly does decrease inflammation when you're getting a certain spectrum of light. Then that can be the red light, the near infrared light that's just outside of the visible spectrum. So people will come in for about a 20-minute or 15-minute treatment in the clinic, and we've got packages that folks can get for, if you do 3 treatments or more, it's $20 a piece. It's something that a very quick and easy option to get in, get out, and do that several times a week, and know that's going to be helping your overall inflammation and mental state, health and wellness.
All right, so Okoboji Wellness Clinic, check them out. You can do so absolutely free of charge every first and third Wednesday of each month. Tonight happens to be one of those from 6:30 to 7:30 p.m., and they're going to talk about digestion and things that affect your health with diet and such tonight. And Dr. Meyer, how can folks find you?
Yes, first and foremost, our phone number is 712-339-6024, and we are at 3305 Berkwist Avenue in Spirit Lake. So we're off 71, right in the building, big building. We call it the Arc, right north of Ace Fix Hardware. So you can't miss us. So we've got an AeroNautix sign and an Okoboji Wellness sign on the front. And we're ready to welcome you and give you a tour and answer any questions you have.
Very good. Lots of options. Dr. Meyer, thank you so much. We'll chat again soon.
Great, Dave. Take care.
Thank you, Dr. Meyer. Dr. Bradley Meyer with Okoboji Wellness Clinic. You can also find them online, okobojiwellnessclinic.com.